morning YouTube, it's Tamsin here at Beginners Quilting Hub. I thought I'd film a little vlog style video this week for QuiltTube and kind of take you along with me with what I'm working on sort of Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, ready for QuiltTube on Wednesday. So I want to try and get a few things done today because I feel like I haven't really achieved much in the last week. We've just come back from a lovely family holiday in Newquay and I hurt my back, so I'm kind of a bit stiff this morning, but I want to try and get a few things done today. So the first thing I need to do is catch up on the Churn Dash Dance because I've fallen a little bit behind. Ideally I'd have all the strip pieces made and ready to cut by now, but I haven't, so I'm going to do them now. So I have cut my pieces to sew together. So the first thing I'm going to do, hopefully I can sit at my sewing machine and do this with my back, is sew these together and then get them subcut. I then need to cut all of the little white squares that go in between the chain pieces. So I want to try and get all of that done today. That is goal number one. Goal number two is to get all of these half square triangles pressed and trimmed. Now this is for the Good Tidings quilt, the Good Tidings, the Magic Garden quilt by Missouri, which I'm also working on. And I wanted to get as much of this done as I can today as well. I also want to, see I'm already overreaching. At some point over the next few days, I want to cut the pieces for the two quilt blocks that I've designed for the Christmas quilt. I want to just get them cut and make those two blocks. Then I can start writing the instructions, the pressing instructions and everything like that. So I've got to do that as well. So those are my three kind of goals for the few days. What I managed to get done, I don't know, because A, I'm very, very slow because of my back, and B, I'm running short of time. This evening, I'm very excited. I'm going out with some crafty friends to a local craft group, and we've got a crafty evening plan with some nice food and trying some different things, nothing sewing related. I will try and do a bit of filming, but I don't know if everyone will be comfortable with it, so we'll see how that goes. And my friend Amy is coming over a little bit ahead of that, and we're going to have a look at my Alice Caroline clock. Let me show you that. So this is the Alice Caroline Liberty clock. So I've made the centerpiece here, which is arguably what takes the time. So that is all done and ready for the papers to be removed. So what we're going to be working on tonight is actually making the clock part. This is the bit that scares me. So yeah, we're going to be working on that. We're going to be working on how to put the mechanism in and kind of get it all working, hopefully. There's a lot of different parts in here that need assembling. And yeah, my friend Amy's coming over. We're going to spend an hour or so and just work on this and see what we can get done. So that will be very exciting. And I'm hoping by the time I put this video out on Wednesday that clock might well be finished, and then we can figure out where we're going to put it. I'm looking forward to kind of getting back into the rhythm of having a bit of a schedule, although I have loved having lots of freedom over the summer. I've had lots of days off work, loads of time with the children. We've done so many things, and so many just non-days as well, where we've just vegged about, played games, messed around in the garden. So it's been really nice, but I do feel like my productivity has tanked. So I need to get back on top of things. I've taken some nice strong painkillers. I've got some paracetamol rubbed into my back. So I'm hoping that I might get a couple of hours now sewing time. So the first job, I think, let's get these sewn and then kind of see where we go. Very quickly, I've also been playing around with some Christmas fabrics for the Christmas quilt, and I'm not sure if I've got enough of these fabrics, so I've pulled some different ones. So initially I've pulled these, which are very traditional colours, aren't they? Literally red and white. In fact, that's almost like a creamy white with the stars on it. But what I'd really like to have a go at doing is using my Laurie Holt fabrics. So I've got this one, which is one of my favourite backgrounds that she does. I've got this amazing colour green from her. These are from her hometown holiday collection, and then I've got this red. So I think if I've got enough, I'd like to make my quilt from these three, but I'm not sure if I've got enough, so I might need to order in some more. But I think in terms of making my mock-ups, I'm going to use these. I just need to find a coordinating green. I just need to find a coordinating green, because I do want it to be red, white and green, traditional Christmas colours. But I do think that these look really cute together. So I think if I've got enough, I think these will be the ones that I make my quilt from. But I'm going to use these for my testers. So we'll see. But anyway, I've pulled those out and I'm going to put them to one side. So at least I feel like I've made one step forward. I've just thought of another thing that I need to do as well. And that is to sew up clue 2 of the Cotton Cuts mystery quilt. But I do have a month to do that. So I think I'm going to push that to the side for now. I think everything else that I've listed is probably more urgent. But I need to print out the instructions for clue 2, figure out all the pieces and get that made as well. And then I also need to get all the orders packed. We've had an influx of orders for fabric and my pincushion kit, so I need to get those made up. I've also had a very interesting conversation with one of my aunties on my dad's side, who is a sewer, and she's poorly at the moment, and she's been binge watching some of my YouTube videos. Hi Sue, if you're watching this, and I want to send her some little starter kits for her and her friend, so I want to put those together as well. So I've just added about another 3 things to my to-do list, haven't I? Anyway, let's get started. Let's see what we can get done right now. Then I need to break and have some food because it's already nearly 2 o'clock and I haven't had any lunch or breakfast. But let's just see if I can chain piece. Let's just see if we can get these sewn, shall we? Let's do this in steps. Let's go. It looks like the sewing machine needs a little bit of TLC. So I'm going to get the machine lubricated. I use this special Bonino oil that's come with the machine, and then we can get started sewing. Okay, quick check-in. Realistically, I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to manage to get done. I've done 5 pieces and already my eyes are watering from the back pain. So I think I'm going to have to take a break and come back to this in a bit. I'm going to take a little break from sitting on my sewing machine, and I'm going to work on pressing some of these. I've set all the seams, so now it's just a case of pressing them. And which way did I have to press them? To the dark side. Right, so this should be a nice easy job. So let's see what we can get done, shall we? Before I knew it, it was time to head off to our little crafty workshop. So what we opted to do was paint these beautiful little terracotta pots using different acrylic paints. We could basically just do what we wanted. It wasn't my best thing and not my best skill painting, but I really enjoyed just hanging out with my friends Amy and Adele. This is my pot here that you can see in the pink, and Amy's was the one to the left. So this is my finished pot with my little flowers on it. Just waiting for it to dry here. This is Amy's hair. It's gorgeous. She chose the green and the lilac, making the lavenders. Really sweet. So we had some really yummy food and just hung out and had a really nice time together. And this is Adele's pot here. She chose a kind of sunset with fairy theme. Really, really sweet. Just doing a quick check-in. So we've just finished our little crafty class. I made a little pot. And yeah, I mean, the first thing my husband said was, I don't think you're a painter or a potter. So I'm going to assume from that he doesn't really like it. But I enjoyed the experience. It was really nice to be out with a group of crafty people, sit around a table, having a natter, have a nice cup of tea, bit of nice food. But yeah, so all good. So a quick update on the clock. Amy and I spent about an hour and a half on it. I've got it all tacked down. I've got it sewn in place.
You need to pin this now.
Got the centerpiece made, and hopefully tomorrow she's going to pop back round for an hour, and we think if we give it an hour we should be able to finish it. So I'm excited to get the clock finished, but for now I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to go and have a nice cup of tea and then get ready for bed. So I have stitched all of this down, made the centerpiece that needs to be stitched on, and then tomorrow we can start making the mechanism, which is this, and attaching it to the hoop, attaching it to this kind of vinyl sticky sheet. So it's coming along. It's definitely coming along. Hello, it's now Sunday morning. Now I have managed to sit at my sewing machine for about half an hour, and I've managed to get all of my strip sets sewn. I am a little bit behind, but I think I'm just going to have to accept that things are going to be slow at the moment because of my back. But I've managed to kind of do these half an hour at a time, and now I've got all 10 strips sewn together, so I'm really pleased with that. I'm now going to snip apart the rows, and then I've moved my iron over to my sitting station so that I can start ironing all of the seams open. So that is my next job. I have managed to get a few of my half square triangles also pressed open, so I'm going to finish those. This morning I finished sewing the centerpiece of my clock, and my friend Amy is coming over in just under an hour's time, and we're going to hopefully get that clock finished. So I'm just going to sit here for now for a little, maybe 10-15 minutes, as long as I can stand with my back, and just get some of these pressed so that I can start cutting. So let's go. It's looking so cute. Right, this is where I will be for the next 10-15 minutes, for as long as my back can stand it, pressing some of these strips so that then I can start subcutting them into the little units that we need to make our strip sets, to make our chain blocks. I then need to cut the squares that go in between the chains, so I've got quite a bit to do. Right, this is where I will be, and let's see how many we can get done. I've done it! 10 strips. Now I have pressed the seams open, and I think equally on this one you could press to one side. I don't think it makes any difference, but I just find when I'm doing it, it's easier for me to press them open, because then they all lie nice and flat, because you're going to have quite a few seams crossing when you make these blocks. And who would have known that I like ironing while sitting down? I normally always iron when I'm stood up. I usually iron up at my table over there, but because of my bad back, I thought I'm just going to perch on the edge of the chair and do it over here, and actually it was very enjoyable, so we'll be doing that again. Right, while I'm sat here, I'm going to do a couple of these triangles. I'm just trying to chip away at these. So these need to be pressed to the dark side. These are the half square triangles for month 2 of the Good Tidings quilt. So I'm just going to press a few of these while I'm sitting here. I'm finding with these, it's easier just to do a few each time I'm at my ironing board. There's no rush for me to make this quilt. This is just one for me. So I'm just doing it little bit by little bit as I go along. But yeah, pressing to the dark side, and then I've done about half of them, so about half to go. Now I need to pack some orders up as well in a bit. So this is my pincushion kit. So we've had lots of orders for that this week. It's funny how things work like that, isn't it? You have some weeks when certain things seem to be popular. And then for a little while they won't be, and then they'll be popular again. So I've got about 5 of them, I think, to make. I think I've got about 5 kits left to make of those. So I need to cut some Liberty fabrics out and get those all boxed up. And I also want to get the little gifts for my auntie sorted, so that all of those can go out. The other thing that I need to do is to print out the Cotton Cuts Clue 2 so that I can lay that all out and figure out how that's all going to go. But slowly. I don't want to push myself too much. Lifting, twisting, and all those things. So, one little step forward. Now, I've got about 10 minutes before my friend gets here, so probably not enough time to start anything else. So I will just keep pressing these and let's see if we can get them done. It's actually quite a quick job pressing. It's actually quite a quick job pressing these. So I've done quite a few already. Look, while I've been chatting to you, I've managed to do this. Oh, managed to do this many. So let's just keep going, shall we? I reckon I could get these finished. And then that's another little job ticked off. Done. When it's together with the rest of them, it actually forms a really cool block. Right, I'm going to put these neatly in a pile. And then I think I'm going to go and get ready for my friend. Before I do that, let me show you this weird block. So this is part of the Good Tidings quilt. And this is what the block looks like. And it is weird looking. But when they all come together, they form an amazing pattern around the edge. I can put all of these. This is the other stack that I've got. So I've got quite a stack. There's a little extras. So I'm going to put all of these in the box now. And we can put these away for a bit. And then I know my next job with these is trimming. So I'll put all of those in the box. It's actually outgrown the box already. So they're all nicely in the box. I'm going to put this away now until I get a bit of time to trim them. But yeah, pleased with that progress. Right, I will check back in with you later. And I'm hoping we get the clock finished today. Really hoping. I think we can. I definitely think we can. Definitely 2 heads better than 1 in that kind of thing. So I'll speak to you in a bit. Hello, it's now Sunday evening. And I just thought I'd do a quick check-in and show you how I got on with the clock. Finished. So this was an Alice Caroline kit using Tana Lawn fabric, Tana Lawn Liberty fabric. It came with the backing, it came with all the pieces, it came with the English paper piecing shapes, and it came with the clock mechanism. And it's now finished. It's been sat in my whip pile for well over a year. I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with this. And I'm going to put it up in my living room later on this evening, and I will insert some footage of that. But yeah, I'm just really pleased with it. So yeah, all done. A whip complete. It feels very good to tick something off my list. So it's a working clock, and it's going to be going up in my living room. Now you did get a choice of black or white hands, and I appreciate the white isn't easiest necessarily to see, but the black was quite stark, so we've opted for the white. But yeah, I really like it. So I've got a little hook at the back here with the mechanism once the battery's in. So I'm going to find a little, like a command strippy hook thing to put up and get this up in my living room. And then it's completely done and it's up. Yeah, so I'm really pleased. So I've also had a good tidy up in here today. So it's all looking nice and clean. So let me give you a little walk around and show you what I've been up to. Tidied, hoovered, cleaned all of my desk space. So that is all nice and put away. Tidy. I've taken everything off my design wall, ready to put the Hey Boo stuff up. I've had a good sort out of my fabrics and put those back in order. Tidied up all my Liberty fabrics at the bottom. Had a little tidy up here of all my kind of whips that I'm working on right now, so they're ready to go. And then had a good clean of my actual sewing machine and sewing table. I just need to move my iron back to where it goes. So everything is looking nice and tidy in here. Had a good old hoover, got rid of all the dust, and just made it feel like a happy place again. And yeah, so it's been a busy day, very productive. If you've enjoyed coming along with me, I've loved having some company. The last thing I was having a look at doing, it was measuring up this fabric here. So this is the fabric that I was hoping to use for my Christmas quilt, the sew along that I want to do, but I don't have enough of these. I'm going to have to order some fabric. Oh well. But I will be making some sample blocks. I really like those 3 together. I think they look really cute. Ooh, I think they look really cute. So those are the colours that I'm hoping will work. But I think what I might do is cut out enough fabric from the fabric that I've got to make 2 blocks. and then see how they look, and then I can order what I want to order to make the whole quilt. But yeah, so that's that, and I think I'm going to check out there and say goodbye. Hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me this weekend. Let me know in the comments, do you like this style of video? Do you like vlogs? I'll see you in my next video. Take care.